Radio Show, only on Financial News and Talk. Now live in studio, your host, local and national real estate expert and consumer advocate, Ron Siegel.
And hello again. Welcome to Ron Siegel Radio. This is the show with no real boundaries as we discuss current events, financial markets, politics, sports, even poking fun at the rest of the media. This is the show that connects the dots of confusion delivered by conflicting media reports. We connect the dots so you know the actions you can take, how your family or business can benefit from current events. Most of all, thank you for joining me. Within every market, there are solutions, as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That's my message, and I will be delivering it every day. We have a very focused show. We only chat about items that affect the roof over your head, your bank account, and anything I feel would benefit you. But before we get into our intriguing content today, please join me in welcoming our featured guest and repeat offender. Lucas Smith is in the house. Welcome.
Good morning, Ron. Thanks so much for having me.
You know, I'm watching you doing the antics over there, and I'm thinking that I'm getting ready to buy a Chevrolet or something. What's that guy's name that does all the antics during the Angel broadcast?
People are watching, Ron. So I want to be here present for the camera. I want to let them know that we care.
Perfect. Let me remind you, if you ever have any more finance-related questions, I am the consumer advocate looking out for you. And you can reach out to me directly, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or RonSiegelRadio.com. Just remember, that's the number you call anytime for assistance. When you call that number, it comes directly to me first. There are no operators standing by. I am it.
Quiet, numbskulls. I'm broadcasting.
While I do have a great team when it comes to developing a financing plan, a plan to save you money, I personally work with you. Even if you don't have any needs today, save this number in your phone for future reference, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. Well, we've got a lot to celebrate today. Well, we celebrate every day on Ron Siegel Radio. Today is Child Help National Day of Hope. I guess they don't have that one along the border, do they? I shouldn't say that. That'll cause some trouble.
What it is.
National Walking Day. Yes, I walk it to and from the refrigerator, so we get out when that one works. This one isn't really for me, but I know a lot of you are in this boat. National Beer Day. Yeah, so that one, I'm not a beer drinker. I haven't found many that I really like. Give me a nice bottle of red wine and a straw. No, I need a glass with it as well. You peasant, man. What is this? No red wine?
Negatory, Ghost Rider.
Beer. Okay. Well, we got it. How about today, for those of us that have beaten anorexia, today's National Coffee Cake Day. Is that one better?
Way better.
Okay, good. As long as we got something going here. Let's check the markets for you right now. The Dow Jones Industrial Average down 30 points. S&P 500 up about 1 point. That makes a whole lot of difference, doesn't it? NASDAQ, that one is down 5.6. Oil down another $1 a barrel. But should we check, and do I want to get anybody the bad news here? Hey, the gallon of gasoline, $2.59 a gallon. Not in Calizuela. That would be in Mississippi. How about $3.71 a gallon? Not in Calizuela. That would be Hawaii. $2.87 a gallon. That is the national average. And here in Calizuela, guess what? We like taxes, so we get to pay the grand old price of $3. Bad timing. $3.92 a gallon. That's about, if my math is good, or man, it's early in the morning. That's $1.05 more than the national average. Ow! But hey, it's Calizuela, so there's got to be a reason for everything. But hey, let's take a look at some other numbers that you may appreciate, and then again, you may not. Let's take a look at this. I found this one to be a fascinating study. The states that get the most out of taxpayer dollars. So they're getting value for the taxpayer dollars. At least in this instance, this is one that Calizuela does not, well, I don't know whether you call it leading in or bringing up the rear. The worst state for getting the state of getting value from taxpayer dollars, Hawaii. Any guess what the second worst state would be? Calizuela. Yeah, Calizuela is number 49, New Mexico 48, North Dakota 47, Delaware 46, Nevada 45, New York 44. Do I want to keep going? No.
Ron, aren't all those states run by Democrats?
I think every one of them are.
Oh, okay. I was just checking. Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, I don't think the only one that I think you have to go all the way down to number 43 until you find something that's not run by a Democrat. But that's neither here nor there. Now let's look at the flip side. Lowest tax burdens. The lowest tax burdens. Anyone want to guess what the lowest tax burden? I got to find it. Oh, there it is. This one surprised me. Lowest tax burden. Let's get a drum roll on this one too, because believe it or not, this one is a blue state. Surprising you, Lucas? It's New Hampshire.
No.
Yeah, New Hampshire. They're number 1. Florida, number 2. We could have guessed that. South Dakota, number 3. Virginia, number 4. Well, we can understand that because there's only 1 or 2 cities in Virginia that are blue, but it makes up for the rest of the state. Missouri is number 5. Ohio, 6. Texas, 7. Georgia, 8. Nebraska, 9. And Tennessee, 10. So Calizuela, we are down near the bottom, but I guess we probably could have guessed that on the concept of using money, using tax dollars.
Do you know what New Hampshire's state slogan is, Ron?
I think it's a granite.
It's live free or die.
I'm thinking of the granite state. Hey, I was looking at a chart here this morning, and I was expecting that I would see my friend Lucas on here, but Forbes came out with their list of billionaires, and I'm looking. Maybe California has 189 billionaires, so it's not you. Okay, we're checking.
Negatory.
Gosh, you got a negative going on this morning. Jeff Bezos, 177 billion. Elon Musk, 151 billion. 8 of the top 10 are in the U.S. Combined net worth of the billionaires, according to Forbes, $13.3 trillion. Now, why do I bring that up? Well, if you are Elizabeth Warren, Bernie Sanders, Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, or any of the other gang, they think that they can tax their way out of our debt. Now, we're at about, $29 trillion in debt right now. The combination of all of the billionaires in the world, $13.3 trillion. So if you took everything they have, you still don't pay off the debt. And there's a lot of people that want more, right? I mean, they want more, take more money from us. How do we get that taxation through? It's enough to get you a little crazy here.
Nothing like a little air superiority.
But as we watch the numbers, and you can check this out for yourself. I find this website fascinating, so I look at it every once in a while. It's called howmoneywalks.com. And we talk about money leaving. Now we've gone up. It used to be that California lost $72 billion a year in AGI. We're up to $73.5 billion in AGI leaving the state of Calizuela. Where is it going to? Nevada, number 1, it's almost 17 billion. Texas, 12 billion. Arizona, almost 12 billion. Oregon, 10 billion. Washington, $9.5 billion. The only places that come to Calizuela, that doesn't surprise me. New York, Illinois, New Jersey, Massachusetts, and Connecticut. Those are the only ones that see Calizuela as being a better option for moving your AGI. So think about that. That fascinates me right there. And I think if you looked at Nevada and Texas going outbound is probably more than, actually, if I look at Nevada alone going outbound is more than New York, Illinois, and New Jersey combined. But we keep on taxing ourselves. We like taxes here in Calizuela. The other thing we like in Calizuela, hey, did you see this one? The immigration czar. Yeah, the immigration czar came to Calizuela. Yeah, not to do anything at the border. It was to cook a pot roast in a Brentwood house. Yeah, that would be the vice president of the United States. Did not want to go to the border, did not visit to see what's going on down there, did not see the abandoned children down there, did not see all of the people that are coming here illegally. Now, if you want to get away from all of the virus issues, it's pretty simple. Renounce your citizenship to the United States, go to Mexico, pay $5,000 and to a coyote, right, get brought over here illegally. And think of all the goodies you're going to get for free. You get free housing. You get an $1,100 travel voucher. Did you get your $1,100 travel voucher, Lucas?
No, and I didn't get my free Biden t-shirt either. I'm really upset.
Yeah, it's amazing, right? But the administration is now saying they might start rebuilding the wall. Does that surprise anybody? They now say the wall works.
Surprise, surprise, surprise.
Now, obviously, we can't have a wall along the border, but we can put up a big fence right out there around the Capitol building. Does that surprise anybody? You can put it around the Capitol building, but not at the border. So the loons in D.C. in the Congress, they can have a wall or a fence with armed guards. We're not supposed to have any be armed at all, and we're not supposed to protect the border to the United States. And yeah, you probably didn't hear this one on the mainstream news either about the terrorists that are coming in through the border. Yeah, because the Department of Homeland Security, they were told they had to take that off the website. Yeah, it was up on the website. And the things, you know this as well as I do. Nothing is ever gone when you put it on a website. We should all know that by now. But hey, when they put the terrorist up there and showed their pictures on the FBI's most wanted list, yeah, they had to take that one down because it didn't fit the narrative of only good people do illegal things. I just scratch my head.
Ron.
Yeah, sorry about that.
No, that's okay. You're incorrect in calling it a wall. I'm sorry, but your optics are bad here.
Okay.
We're going to call it a migration resistance barrier. No longer a wall.
No longer
a migration resistance barrier.
Okay, that makes sense to me. You're listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate, current events, and the financial markets. When we come back, first-time homebuyer questions. Who has any of those? We'll talk about that. We're going to also talk a little bit about, hey, do you want to sell a house right now and maybe delay the tax liability? We'll talk about that. And we've got a featured home brought to you by myfavoritelender.net. All that and more. You can reach me anytime off here. Number 800-306-1990. 800-306-1990 or RonSiegelRadio.com. Facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio. No longer on Twitter. And if you miss any part of our broadcast, Ron Siegel 1 on YouTube. Ron Siegel, the number 1 on YouTube. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Real Estate Radio is hosted by local real estate and finance expert Ron Siegel. The purpose of this show is to help consumers understand what's really going on in our local real estate market. We're teaching you the why and the how-to, so you'll always be one step ahead of everyone else. Whether you need to sell your home for top dollar, refinance and save money, or even buy a bargain in Southern California, Ron Siegel can help. Call Ron directly at 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990. Take advantage of speaking with Ron anytime you're entering a real estate transaction. Having someone who can answer all of your questions that truly cares about you and your family's best interest is priceless. Call Ron Siegel today and you'll be glad you did. 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990. Or you can visit realestateradio.com for more info.
Blue Water Credit Repair is the industry leader in fixing bad credit. Did you know a 40-point increase in your credit score can save you $40,000 on a home loan and $4,000 on a car loan? You deserve good credit and peace of mind. Take the first step today and go to bluewatercredit.com and register for a free consultation from one of their credit repair experts. That's bluewatercredit.com.
Trimming of your retirement does not include losing your house. However, due to today's lower stock market, higher medical bills, and taxes, many retirees face this very problem. This is why it is necessary that you, as a baby boomer considering retirement within the next 10 years, understand reverse mortgages and what one could do for you or your parents. A reverse mortgage could make it possible for you or your parents to travel, buy a second home, or start a new business. For more information about reverse mortgages, just call our off-air number at 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990. Or visit realestateradio.com and click the free workshop button.
Are you currently renting a home? Do you like paying someone else's mortgage payment? Why not explore the options to purchase your own home? Can you imagine a 30-year fixed rate below 3.5% APR? This means with $10,500, you can purchase a $300,000 home and have a principal and interest payment of about $1,300 per month. What are you paying in rent? Does your family deserve the opportunity to take advantage of the current market? To learn more about these exciting opportunities, the Siegel Lending Team is standing by to speak with you. Call now, 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990. Or visit SiegelLendingTeam.com. That's SIEGEL LendingTeam.com. Rates subject to change without notice. Licensed to NMLS ID 217037. Equal housing lender. Not endorsed or sponsored by any government agency.
Are you paying rent because you cannot afford to live in your dream home? Are you paying rent because you don't believe you have the down payment funds to purchase your own home? At Siegel Lending Team at ronismylender.com has up to $25,000 to help qualified people purchase their own home at amazing interest rates. Contact the Siegel Lending Team today at ronismylender.com. Again, ronismylender.com. Licensed under NMLS 217037. ronismylender.com.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990. 800-306-1990. The Mortgage Minute today being brought to you by our friends at Geneva Financial. When you're ready for that next home loan, Geneva's got all the programs, all the products. You've got the phone. Make the call, 800-306-1990. Stated income, bank statements, asset depletion. Those are loans you probably have never even heard of, don't even know they exist. Most people don't. FHA, VA, USDA, low down payment assistance, all available. But let's look at what the market's doing. 64 points down on the Dow, 32 points down on the NASDAQ. S&P 500 is up 2.63. 10-year Treasury yield is down a little bit to 1.67. And mortgage-backed securities, the bond is up, which is what we like to see because when the bond goes up, that means interest rates are down. We like that. But the question and the reason you come to Ron Siegel Radio is not to get all the stuff you can get on the super secret website. What you come to Ron Siegel Radio for is to find out why is all of this happening? What's driving the markets today? What's causing these issues? Well, Mortgage Bankers Association released their mortgage application data for the week ending April 2nd. Overall application volume fell by 5%. Applications to purchase a home were down 5%. Refinances down 5.1%. But just think about some of these numbers because they are a little bit misleading when you're right now. I've told you this before. March, April, May, June numbers. When we look at year over year numbers compared to last year, we're going to see some extraordinary numbers because those months last year, mortgages were going crazy. We were all sitting home doing absolutely nothing other than writing a new mortgage. Well, those of us essential workers were doing other things, right? But people were home. So a lot of the numbers are going to be off. Interest rates about an eighth lower than this time last year. Remember, this is from the MBA. So we'll give you the Freddie Mac numbers will come out tomorrow. Probably get some bad news about 11 o'clock our time when it comes to the mortgage market. The Federal Reserve is going to release the minutes of their March 17th meeting. Generally, that's not good news for the mortgage market. So the bond market does not usually act or react favorably. But we do have 4 Fed members that are speaking today. They'll probably give you 4 different comments. So that's just the way that works. And as I mentioned, the 10-year Treasury has moved down to 1.65. Let's see. We've got about 4 basis points further to go until we see if we're going to take a more significant drop. That's the Mortgage Minute brought to you by our friends at Geneva Financial. When you're ready for that next home loan, Geneva's got the products. My Home Mortgage to 79564. Text My Home Mortgage to 79564. Lucas Smith is in the house, and if I ever remember the entire name of his company, it's the Smith Team at Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty.
Woo, that's it. You got it.
Holy cow. And we'll be right back because we use the whole segment for the name of the company. Just like fun stuff. So what have you been up to? I mean, you've been out there. You've been on about every 6 or 8 weeks or so. So
we've been out there selling houses. It's this thing we do.
Right.
Out there working in the market.
What are you finding? You're good. Keep talking. So is the market still so difficult for the home buyer?
And that's exactly what I wanted to come on and talk a little bit about today, because we get a lot of people coming in who say, you know what, I don't know that it's a great time to buy, right? I've heard it's really competitive out there. I've heard there's multiple offers. I've heard all these things. And is it a good time to buy? And my answer is always yes.
Okay, why?
Well, because interest rates are still low.
Okay.
And they're only going up.
I saw a gentleman the other day on one of the social channels. He was doing a video, and it was about interest rates have gone up all the way to the low threes.
Yeah.
Right? Low threes.
Yeah. Oh my God. Average interest rate is what? 7%?
Yeah.
Low so
threes.
We're at the low threes, right? So interest rates are still at record lows.
Sure.
Right? Yeah, it's a little bit competitive out there, but if you've been saving, if you have a little cash in pocket, or you have some money that you've gotten from somewhere and you want to invest it in a house, it's a great time to buy a house.
Yeah, it's amazing to me because right now we still see a lot of people that want to buy homes. We know for a fact that the number one age for somebody to buy in the marketplace for people to buy their first home is age 33. Right? And there are millions and millions of people that are turning 33 every year.
Right.
So we're building households. And the
Right.
more households that we have building, they want to start a family. They want their own place to live. That I think of the last time I did my economics, and it was back in the early 80s when I went to the last economics class, something called supply and demand.
Right.
When demand goes up, what happens to our prices?
Right. They go up.
Sure.
They go up.
So it's crazy when you think that why wouldn't this be a good time to buy?
Well, and we get a lot of people saying, well, I think it's a bubble. I think it's going to crash. And you and I study the market. We study economics, and we know the likelihood of that is, well, not.
Slim. We don't guarantee anything on Ron Siegel Radio, but it is very slim.
Very slim. 2 guarantees in life, death and taxes.
Absolutely.
Thank God death hasn't come today. And taxes is next month. They gave us an extra month.
Absolutely, Mark. May 15th. We have to make sure that you get your taxes in by May 15th.
So those are your 2 guarantees.
So buying, and I'll share this, and I've shared it on Ron Siegel Radio many times. I had a accountant back in the early 80s, and he basically told me he was big into investing in real estate. And he said the worst mistake in real estate means you have to hold, in California, means you have to hold it an extra 5 years.
Right.
Right. So if we were absolutely wrong, and we're not, right, that means you probably have to hold 5 years.
Right.
How long did it take to go from the bottom of the crisis, 2010, 2011, till we were back at parity?
5 years.
5 years?
5,
right?
6 years. Yeah, we're almost back at par pricing at where we were before the crash.
And I don't think we're anywhere close to our economy is opening up, so it's going to have more demand.
Right.
People have more money because the government keeps giving people money, whether you like it or not. They're giving people money. Right, the student loan debt. I was reading. I saw a story this morning on the Business Channel.
Hey, I'm pissed off that I didn't go to college and borrow $200,000. Dang it!
There you go. That and that. So that's the whole thing right there. But I did get this a slide on that one. I've got to find it here because I was watching this one this morning. It was fascinated me that Elizabeth Warren and Chuck Schumer. They're basically saying if you earn between $97,000 and $173,000, your average student loan debt, $41,000. And they want to forgive up to $50,000. President says $10,000. Right? So we'll see what happens there, but get that off your credit report and you can qualify for more money to buy a house.
That's correct. Get that payment off.
Right? Get going on there, and Lucas can help you find a house. Now, where are you focused at? You in Orange County, Inland Empire?
Yeah, we're right here in North Orange County. Our office is right down the street in Anaheim, and we focus primarily Orange County and Western Riverside County.
Okay, so and I think I saw yesterday that it came out that Orange County, and I didn't realize Orange County is the median home price. It's about $100,000 more than Los Angeles.
Yeah, man.
$820,000 median home price.
It's a nicer place to live. Sorry, LA, if you guys are listening, I'm just saying. Orange.
Yeah, I'm with you. My car sputters at the county line. I'm just throwing that out there. But so here's the issue, though, is does that mean somebody cannot buy a first-time home here in Orange County?
Absolutely not.
You cannot.
Well, no,
you can.
that does not mean that you cannot buy it.
Double negative means you can.
You absolutely can buy as a first-time buyer here in Orange County if you're prepared.
Okay.
If you hire the right agent to represent you.
Sure.
Right? And you have a great lender who's solution-based. But you need those three things.
Yeah, because I've seen some properties come across my desk, and I'm not a realtor. I do have a license, but I don't use it. Not qualified. Stay in my lane. I do a little radio here and there. But the idea here is I've seen some properties coming around that are $400,000, $500,000, $600,000 in Orange County.
Right.
So
they're available.
And you think about that. Okay, so put 3.5% down, 3% down payment assistance.
I was showing a first-time buyer yesterday, $350,000, $400,000 in Orange County.
Really, $350,000 to $400,000.
Yep.
Tell me about the properties a little bit.
So let me see. The first one we saw was $329,000. It was down in Aliso Viejo.
Okay.
Beautiful city down in South County.
Sure.
Really clean little condo, nice little starter
Bedrooms?
home. It was only a 1-in-1.
Okay, that's fine. 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom.
Right. But you own your own space. Super clean area.
What do you think about $329,000? It's by the time you get the mortgage and the homeowner's insurance and taxes, and probably less than what it's going to cost for rent.
Less than rent. Yeah. You're out the door under $2,000 a month, paying less than rent.
So the question is, do you want to pay your mortgage or do you want to pay someone else's? Simple question in my mind, but I hear a lot of people that say they want to pay someone else's. That's called rent. You're listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate, current events, and the financial markets. When we come back, we got a lot to still talk about. We got the featured home brought to you by myfavoritelender.net. We got the latest jobs report. What does it mean for you and the housing market? All that and more. You can reach me anytime off air. Number 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or RonSiegelRadio.com, Facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio, on Twitter, no longer on Twitter, that's right. But if you miss any part of our broadcast, Ron Siegel 1, Ron Siegel, the numeral 1 on YouTube. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Hi, we're here with Ron Siegel, the host of Real Estate Radio. Ron, welcome to the studio. Give us insight as to what your show is all about.
Hi, Eric. Thanks for having me. Thanks for asking me that question. The reason we developed Real Estate Radio is right now there is an abundance of misinformation out there. So Real Estate Radio is a show designed to give Southern California a focal point for their real estate knowledge, as well as a place to go just in case they might need anything real estate related.
So how are you helping people?
That's actually pretty simple. People need advice. So it really doesn't matter who you are. If you have any real estate questions, we're here to help. Whether you're buying a home, selling, you're experiencing a loan modification, short sale, foreclosure, there are a lot of things going on in this marketplace.
How can people get a hold of you?
Real easy. All you have to do is call. The number is 1-800-306-1990. Press option 1.
Interesting times in the market right now. Where do you think the markets are going from here?
That's a great question. All I can say is this. The housing market came down one house at a time, and what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to build it one house, one family at a time. So the best thing that anyone can do is access the free advice that we really want to give you. And to do that, you simply need to call me. The number is 1-800-306-1990, option 1. I'd really love to help.
Are you earning a safe, secure 10+% return on your investments? Is your credit score over 800? Are you living in the home of your dreams or simply where you think you can afford? If the answer to any of these questions is no, what are you doing about it? Text ATP to 79564. Complete a 3-minute complimentary survey and the area trusted professionals of Ron Siegel Radio will reach out to you to develop a success strategy for you. Again, all you need to do is text ATP to 79564.
Are you paying rent because you think you cannot afford to live in your dream home? Are you renting because you don't believe that you have the down payment funds to purchase your own home? The Siegel lending team at ronismylender.com has up to $25,000 to help qualified people purchase their own home at amazing interest rates. Contact the Siegel lending team today at ronismylender.com. Again, ronismylender.com, license under NMLS 217037. ronismylender.com.
Are you currently renting a home? Do you like paying someone else's mortgage payment? Why not explore the options to purchase your own home? Can you imagine a 30-year fixed rate below 3.5% APR? This means with $10,500, you can purchase a $300,000 home and have a principal and interest payment of about $1,300 per month. What are you paying in rent? Does your family deserve the opportunity to take advantage of the current market? To learn more about these exciting opportunities, the Siegel Lending Team is standing by to speak with you. Call now, 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990. Or visit SiegelLendingTeam.com. That's SIEGEL LendingTeam.com. Rates subject to change without notice. Licensed to NMLS ID 217037. Equal housing lender. Not endorsed or sponsored by any government agency.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio anytime at 800-306-1990. 800-306-1990, the real-time real estate segment today. Being brought to you by the area trusted real estate professionals of Ron Siegel Radio. Text SLT Home Digest to 79564. Find your dream home before someone... You gotta love that sound. Find your dream home before someone else does. The Digest's got all the information there for you. All you need to do is that it's going to tell you exactly what your home is, what the accounting recorder knows about your property, what the market believes about your property. Great information there. To buy or not to buy? Questions first-time home buyers are asking themselves. Should I or should I not? Is that what we want to... do we want that one? Oh, no, that's we had a different story, guys. Let's see if we can find that other story that I kind of like better. Latest jobs report. That's the one I wanted to talk about. What does it mean for you in the housing market? That's a good one. Last Friday, Bureau of Labor Statistics released a very encouraging jobs report. The economy gained 916,000 jobs in March, well above expert projections of 650 to 675,000. Unemployment rate fell again and is now at 6%. What does this mean for you? Our lives deeply impacted by our nation's economy. The better the economy is doing overall, the better most individuals in the country will do as well. Here's a look at what 4 experts told the Wall Street Journal after reviewing last week's report. Michael Furley, J.P. Morgan Chase, quote, "The powerful tailwind of reopening the economy activity appears to be gathering force. While the level of employment last month was still 8.4 million positions below that which prevailed before the pandemic, it is reasonable to expect that a majority of those lost jobs will be recouped in the coming months," unquote. Michael Fratantoni, Mortgage Bankers Association, quote, "We fully expect that this pace of job gains will continue for months and anticipate that the unemployment rate, now at 6%, will be well below 5% by the end of the year." Paul Ashworth, Capital Economics, quote, "With the vaccinations program likely to reach critical mass within the next couple of months and next round of fiscal stimulus providing a big boost, there's finally real light at the end of the tunnel." Jason Schenker, Prestige Economics, quote, "People are getting back to work, and the vaccine isn't just inoculating the population, it's clearly inoculating the economy." What does this mean for residential real estate? Today, the biggest challenge for home buyers, lack of homes currently for sale, with listing inventory down 52% from a year ago. Bidding wars are skyrocketing. As a result, home prices are climbing. One answer to this challenge is to build more homes to satisfy the demand. Latest jobs report gives hope for new housing construction and therefore brings hope to buyers. So I'm not going to give you all the quotes from what they're saying on the construction side. Lawrence Yun, Odetta Kushi, and Robert Dietz all gave us information. You can find it right there on any of our social channels. I've got the full report. The bottom line, the economy is improving with falling unemployment rate will benefit households across the country as well as the overall housing market. That is the real-time real estate segment brought to you by the area trusted real estate professionals of Ron Siegel Radio. Text SLT Home Digest 79564. Find your dream home before someone else does. Continuing our conversation with Lucas Smith, the Smith team at Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. Got it all in there. So we're chatting before the break, Lucas, about getting your offer accepted. Yep. That seems to be a big challenge for people. And I've got some ideas on that, but I never negotiate real estate. I guess never.
Okay.
Because
I do.
I'm not a realtor. Right? So one of the first things you got to do is be prepared, right?
Be prepared.
Explain that.
Be financially prepared. Right? Okay. Have some savings. I tell people, you call me to buy a house, depending on where you're going to buy a house, you're going to probably have to have a minimum of $10,000 to $20,000 that you're working with. Even if you're doing like a zero down VA program, you want to have some of those closing costs available, because in a competitive market, sellers aren't as willing to help cover some of those closing costs, right?
Sure.
Have your credit in order. Pay off some of those little credit cards, some of those little minimum payments that you're carrying, right?
Right.
So that you have a better debt to income ratio, and you're going to qualify for more. You're going to be more comfortable with what your payment is.
And pay your credit off the right way. Not 90% of the people pay their credit cards off the wrong way. So pay off the credit cards, go online, figure out when your statement closing date is, and pay it off before the closing date. That way, when it reports, you got a better debt utilization ratio, and your FICO score is maximized.
Good information there.
Yeah.
Good information.
Okay, so we're doing some due diligence on our side beforehand.
Yeah. Make sure that you're ready when you go in, because that's the number one problem that people have when I sit down with them and I do our initial consultation, is they haven't financially prepared themselves.
I bet they come into you and they say, Lucas, I want to buy a house. Can I make an offer today?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because and I don't blame people for that, because most of the time people just don't know.
Right.
That's not their job. They're first-time home buyers. How would they know what they don't know?
Right. And that's why we always insist, whenever we meet somebody, we don't just go start shopping for houses. We sit down and have a one-on-one consultation with them. We call it our VIP buyer appointment.
Okay.
And talk about the process, explain all of those things to them, answer all of those questions ahead of time to better prepare them to be ready when we're out there actually shopping for a home. So when we find the right home, we can buy it.
It kind of fascinates me. When first-time home buyers, they're going to generally be someone that's maybe relatively soon out of college. If they went to college, maybe they went and got a trade jobs, which is great in my opinion.
Yeah.
They might have just gotten married, and you think, okay, when I went to college, did I just go and walk into the admission department and say, I want in? And you had to prepare for that.
Right.
When you got married, you didn't say, okay, I want to go to the Disneyland Hotel. I walk in and say, I want the room now.
Right.
Right. You had to get prepared for it.
Yeah.
Fascinates me, though, when people are looking at buying a house, they call a realtor and say, can we make an offer today?
Right.
There's no preparation, yet they're spending on a wedding, I know you're going to spend anywhere from $3,000 to $30,000, $40,000, $50,000. Could be as more, right? But you plan.
Right. Oh, you plan a lot.
Yeah, exactly.
You reserve a lot.
But it just fascinates me how we don't do that kind of thing with getting ready to buy a house. The second step you said is, and I don't know if you've got these all in the exact order that you want them, because I think that you're probably better off going to see a lender before a realtor, just because a good realtor is going to send you to the lender.
They are, but they're going to talk to you about what type of lender you want to talk to, the different, as well as I do,
okay.
Right? There's 3 different types of companies that do a loan.
Okay.
Right? There's your banks, right?
Brick and mortar.
There's brick and mortar, right? There's your mortgage lending companies like you are, Ron.
Okay.
Right? And then there's your mortgage brokers.
Right.
Right. And all are going to have different features, different benefits, different things that can work for you or against you as a consumer.
Sure.
Right. And once you've already talked to that lender and given them all of your financial information, if you haven't made the right decision in that department, that could hurt you later.
Absolutely.
So that's why I say that's why I have it in that order, right?
Yeah.
Choose an agent who's going to consult with you and give you some good advice in that first.
And we're going to talk more about lenders in a minute, but I am going to share with you during this segment, I'm not a fan of going to the big bank. And I love them, right? I got a lot of friends that work at big banks, but they have one product to offer. Walk into the Stagecoach and ask them what the blue guys are offering today, and they don't know. Bankers and brokers do. So
correct.
Let's talk about agents. What do we need to know about finding a great agent?
Okay.
Beyond just calling the Smith team.
Well, I mean, you could do that. That's easy.
But some of our listeners
we're
are in Washington, or they're in Idaho or Texas or Florida.
So the biggest mistake I see people make is either A, they take the first agent, or B, they take Cousin Joey who just got his license.
Okay.
Cousin Joey, I'm sure, is a great guy. He doesn't have the width and breadth of experience to help you, right? Interview. These people are helping you make the biggest purchase of your life. Interview at least 3 people, right? When they have open houses, go to an open house. Call a couple of different real estate companies. Google it. Look online. How many reviews do they have? How many Zillow reviews do they have? What do their customers say about them? If I Google Ron Siegel, I get great 5-star Google reviews across the board, right? People say fantastic things about what he does for his customers and his level of service. It never ceases to amaze me the lack of homework people do. They say, oh, well, I met this person, here, and they're my agent.
Okay, Lucas, let's chat about this part. Well, we got about a minute left in this time, but I want to use just the listing aid. I walked into this open house, or I saw a sign out in front of a house I like. Why wouldn't I just use the guy that's on that sign out front?
Well, that's kind of like going into court and asking the prosecutor to represent you. He's going to say, here, Ron, sign here. It's only 5 years. You'll get out in no time. Seriously, though, the listing agent has a fiduciary duty to represent the seller. You're hiring the person who's got a duty to represent the other person to represent you.
That's a fascinating way of putting it, right? So you're hiring the prosecutor, and you just got that DUI.
Yeah, it's like getting a divorce and asking your wife's attorney if they'll represent you.
It doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
Take your shirt off now, right?
Yeah, that's a crazy one. We're going to talk about the lender number 3 when we come back, and we might also chat a little bit. If you're selling your house, do you want to pay the taxes now or later? Might have some options for you there. We'll talk more with Lucas Smith when we come back. You're listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate, current events, and the financial markets. We've also got that featured home brought to you by myfavoritelender.net. All that and more. You can reach me anytime. Off-air number, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com, facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio, on Twitter at Ron Siegel. No longer on Twitter. I keep forgetting about that.
No more Twitter, Ron.
No more Twitter.
Twitter is evil.
But if you miss any part of our broadcast, Ron Siegel 1 on YouTube. Ron Siegel, the numeral 1 on YouTube. Stay tuned. We're going to be back in just a few.
Is your credit score over 800? Are you living in the home of your dreams, or simply where you think you can afford? Are you earning a safe, secure 10+% return on your investments? If the answer to any of these questions is no, what are you doing about it? Text ATP to 79564. Complete a 3-minute complimentary survey, and the area trusted professionals of Ron Siegel Radio will reach out to you to develop a success strategy for you. Again, all you need to do is text ATP to 79564.
Do you have a goal of mortgage-free home ownership? What if your home was valued at $500,000? Are you aware that a free and clear home could be costing you $2,500 every month, $30,000 per year? The mortgage planners at the Siegel Lending Team would like to show you how you can own your home, generate tax-free income, and accumulate family wealth. You simply need to call Ron Siegel at 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990. By sending the team a copy of your most recent mortgage statement, the team will send you a no-obligation mortgage adoption plan. You be the judge if it's right for your family. Again, all you have to do is send the team a copy of your mortgage statement by email to map@ronsiegelradio.com, or call today Ron Siegel, 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990. Rate subject to change without notice. Licensed by the California Department of Corporation and MLS 217037 and BCAL BRE number 018694452.
Are Are you paying rent because you cannot afford to live in your dream home? Are you paying rent because you don't believe you have the down payment funds to purchase your own home? At Siegel Lending Team at ronismylender.com has up to $25,000 to help qualified people purchase their own home at amazing interest rates. Contact the Siegel Lending Team today at ronismylender.com. Again, ronismylender.com. Licensed under NMLS 217037. ronismylender.com.
Do you believe Southern California real estate is a great investment? Are you a little short to be a cash investor? Are you missing the Social Security card or tax returns? The Siegel Lending Team has the loans for you. Common Sense Lending is back. Yes, there's a cost to higher risk, but the reward can be great. Call today for details. 800-306-1990. That's 800-306-1990. Rate subject to change without notice. Licensed by the California Department of Corporations, NMLS 217037 and DRE number 1869452.
Are you currently renting a home? Do you like paying someone else's mortgage payment? Why not explore the options to purchase your own home? Can you imagine a 30-year fixed rate below 3.5% APR? This means with $10,500, you can purchase a $300,000 home and have a principal and interest payment of about $1,300 per month. What are you paying in rent? Does your family deserve the opportunity to take advantage of the current market? To learn more about these exciting opportunities, the Siegel Lending Team is standing by to speak with you. Call now, 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990. Or visit SiegelLendingTeam.com. That's SIEGEL LendingTeam.com. Rates subject to change without notice. Licensed to NMLS ID 217037. Equal housing lender. Not endorsed or sponsored by any government agency.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. That featured home segment today being brought to you by myfavouritelender.net. Who's got the home? Where is the home? Oh, I see it. Whoa, Huntington Beach. I might have to go down and visit this one. 9172 Kappa Drive. Jim Salem, First Team Real Estate. He's got the property, 3 bedrooms, 2 full and a half a bathroom. I hope it's got the half with the commode. I shouldn't say that. Beach house, very close to the beach. Huntington Beach pool home. 3 bedrooms, 2.5 bathrooms, 2-car attached garage, quiet interior track location in a wonderful neighborhood. Great curb appeal with beautiful new landscaping, dramatic lighting, elegant pavers. Walk to the beach. Hey, today's National Walking Day, so I guess it's relevant. Price reflects it needs some updating. Sold as is. This can be customized as your beach house for generations to enjoy. Spacious living room, dining area, kitchen to the family room, fireplace overlooks the yard, pool, stainless appliances. You even get a refrigerator. I wonder if there's any wine in there. Today's beer day, so I guess we wouldn't have wine in there. Hey, the price is correct. Pardon?
I said that's correct.
Yeah, $1,275,000 near the beach. Wow.
1.2 was my guess price on
describing
it.
Okay, 10% down. You're looking at $53.96 a month. If you put 20% down, $47.97 a month. Strategically putting 25% down. You got to know how to do this one. You're looking at $4,032 a month. For those of you keeping score, that would be a 4.099, 3.975, and a 3.201 APR. NMLS 217037. You got to keep that in there because otherwise the compliance people get mad at me. But again, if you want to see this house or any properties, give me a call at 800-306-1990. This one happens to be 9172 Kappa Drive in Huntington Beach. It's a Jim Salem listing. Again, 800-306-1990. That would be how you reach my team. But we're going to continue our conversation. Lucas Smith is in the house, and we're chatting a little bit about real estate. Lucas gave us and I'm going to share something. I don't always talk about what we talk about during the commercial break. Sometimes we can even leave the mics on, but what the heck? Sometimes that's just as fun as what we talk about during the show. But
sometimes we shouldn't leave the mics on.
Sometimes we shouldn't leave the mics on. Hot mic. Watch out, hot mic. So one of the things, though, that we do hear about, I have talked about this a lot, is we never script our radio program. So Lucas came in this morning, and the commentary that I got from my production staff, what does Lucas want to talk about? And it says, the universe. That was the confidence. And we've been talking this morning. So part of the universe is that first-time home buyer and how the 3 things they need to do to get ready to buy a home. And I'm not going to go through everything. If you missed the broadcast or what we've already talked about, shame on you. But the replay is available. It's ronsiegelradio.com. There is an archive section of about 1,000 shows, something like that. But we already talked about being prepared. What does that mean? We talked about finding a great agent. How do you do that? You know, we didn't talk about is, and this is an issue in the agent section, Lucas, and you told us about, you know, the part-time friends, cousins, dog's brother, or owner, right? That might not be your best solution as a realtor.
Yeah, I call them chippers.
Chippers.
Yeah, because they just take a little chip, a little piece of the pie off of what is the whole of real estate sales for those of us who do it full-time and professionally. And the problem,
but more important is that they're not giving me the best guidance.
They don't know.
Right.
You don't know.
So what do I need to know if I'm going out to interview a realtor? What do I need to be asking?
So how many deals a year do they do?
Okay.
Right. Are they an expert in that area?
As far as that neighborhood, or
as that neighborhood, that area, what do they know about that area, right?
Okay.
What can they tell you, right? Like with our featured home, as you were describing it, I knew the price.
Okay.
Right, from the description in the area.
Sure.
Right. So track record, experience with the area, and do they have a plan? Right? Do they have a system?
There you go.
Right?
Okay.
I mean, let's face it. I want a plan. If I'm going to buy something for $500,000, $750,000, I want a plan, Ron. I don't want us to just hold hands, pray together, sing Kumbaya, and hope we're going to get a house. That sucks.
Sure.
That's a sucky plan.
Yeah, that's called luck.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, I didn't do it with a knowledge or intent or knowing what I'm doing.
Right.
Okay.
I got lucky.
Sure. So sometimes you do get lucky, but hey, there's roadblock. I have an agent. I might have shared this with you, Lucas, one time before. Friend and agent here in North Orange County. She's been a broker for I think 44 years, 45 years, something along those lines. And she was telling me that even at this point, there's still hiccups or speed bumps in transactions.
Yeah, of course.
She knows how to navigate them though, because she's been doing it for 40 plus years.
It's not just navigating them; it's seeing them before you hit them.
Sure.
Right. It's not hitting them at full speed.
Right. There you go. That's the whole concept. Now, lender, we started talking about that there's the 3 kinds of lenders: the bank, the mortgage banker, and the mortgage broker. What are you looking at there?
So, and again, this is why we go in this order, and Ron and I talked a little bit about that, because if you hire a good, experienced agent, they can help counsel you on the type of lender you want to talk to. They can give you a referral to somebody like Ron, right?
Sure.
Who's a lifelong. Didn't you invent mortgage banking? I mean, weren't you there at the inception?
Yeah,
Ron?
in the stones, right?
Right, when you wrote it on stone tablets.
Yeah.
But you have a width and breadth of
I
experience.
was even at the mortgage burning parties.
Yeah,
They don't do those anymore.
I know. Now we're just burning Dr. Seuss books, but
Exactly.
different subject.
Oh, you troublemaker! You're going to cause trouble.
I know. I'm going to get us both in trouble. So having some guidance as to who you want to give all of your personal financial documents to, because a lot of times we see somebody come in and they say, "Oh, I've been pre-qualified," right? And the person they chose to do that loan is not the person who's going to have that experience, who's going to be able to serve their interests.
That's a big issue because you're spending a lot of money. Your biggest asset is going to, in most cases, is going to be your home.
Right.
Your biggest liability is going to be your loan, and you're going to say, something, I just want to go to the first guy. And I'm going to share with you, I shouldn't say this, but I will. Right. So a lot of the big banks, my son, I love him dearly, right? I mean, so he worked at Bank of America in Fullerton. They transferred as a teller. They transferred him to Corona Del Mar, of all places.
Nice.
Right. And he became a personal banker. And 3 or 4 weeks later, he was assisting the mortgage people, helping mortgages. And again, I love my son dearly, and I are best of friends, right? But, unfortunately, he went to a local schooling. And, about 6 months before that, I asked him about writing a check, and he didn't know how to do that. But he's going to help somebody borrow $1 million to buy a house.
Right. Yeah. Width and breadth of experience. Okay. I bank at a bank too, you guys. I'm not talking bad about banks.
No, I love them. I love my
I have
son.
never done a deal with a loan. Well, okay, I can't say never. Maybe twice in my entire career have I done a deal with a loan officer at a bank that I felt was comfortable and competent and actually knew the market and could do the deal.
That's fascinating, right? I mean, because, and you know, suddenly they've got a lot of business in there because they've got a sign and their company spends a lot of money. Right.
They have trust. Right. You have all my money. I trust you.
Sure. It makes it nice and simple. And I don't know if it's simple is what you really want at that time. You want competent, you want the right program for the right person at the right time.
Yeah, you want options. You want somebody who's comfortable and competent, knows the market, and can step in and say, here's what we get to do in order to get you the house and get you the best deal.
You know, it fascinates me because I just had this conversation with somebody buying $1,200,000 house. And I said, why in the world would you be putting 32% down payment? It was a nice round number is why you did it. I said, let's do 30% and let's use the other 2% strategically.
Okay.
I had no clue about what that meant. Just fascinates me. And no one was telling him those kind of things because they don't do those kind of things. That's what a home loan strategist does. It's a big difference. But hey, we're going to have to save that for another day. Lucas Smith is in the house. If you want to meet Lucas or his team, give me a call at 800-306-1990. And as always, I ask you, set that first radio preset button to come back here and join Ron Siegel Radio, where we only speak about items affecting your house and your bank account. Thanks to all of our sponsors. A big thanks to John and Sean who are engineering us today. And of course, a special thanks to you for spending a little bit of your day with us. That's all for Ron Siegel Radio. Again, if you have any questions or to meet any of our guests, call me anytime, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com. And remember, make a lot of money so you can help a lot of people and have a lot of fun. Have a great day. We'll talk to you next time on Ron Siegel Radio.